You know what's scary? Some of the smartest students I know can't think for themselves. They can solve equations, memorize definitions, but ask them a simple question like, "What do you think?" And suddenly, silence. Because for years, school trained us to search for the correct answer, not our answer. Think about it. Since childhood, every question had a solution at the back of the book. Every test had a marking scheme. Every teacher wanted the right response. So without realizing it, we stopped thinking and started guessing what authority figures wanted to hear. Nobody taught us the skill that actually matters, the skill that decides your career, your decisions, your future, your entire life. Real thinking. And today I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. Because once you understand this, you'll never look at learning the same way again. Imagine a child. A small child asks hundreds of questions. Why is the sky blue? Why do birds fly? Why can't fish walk? They're naturally curious. They explore. They question everything. Then school happens, and slowly something changes. Questions become assignments. Learning becomes memorization. Instead of asking, "Why is this true?" students start asking, "Will this come in the exam?" That single sentence changes everything. Because the goal is no longer understanding. The goal becomes survival. Marks, grades, ranks, and now AI is doing the same thing. Think about it. What's the last question you struggled with before opening ChatGPT? What's the last essay you wrote without asking AI for ideas? And honestly, I don't even blame you. The education system made everything about getting the answer as fast as possible. So naturally, when a tool appears that gives answers instantly, everyone uses it. And after years of this, many students develop a dangerous habit. They stop asking questions. They start accepting information without thinking. Not because they want to, because that's what got rewarded. And the scary part? Most students don't even realize it happened. So how do people actually think? It's surprisingly simple. Whenever you hear a statement, don't stop at the statement. Go one layer deeper. For example, you need to wake up at 5 a.m. Why? What happens at 5 a.m. that can't happen at 8 a.m.? Can everyone function the same way? No. So maybe that's advice, not a law. Thinking begins the moment you stop accepting ideas automatically and start investigating them. The best thinkers aren't people with the highest IQ. They're people who remain curious, people who are willing to be wrong, people who ask one more question than everyone else. Here's one exercise you can try. The contradiction journal. For every truth you're taught, find one source that says the exact opposite. Don't believe either one immediately. Force your brain to sit in the middle. That's where thinking happens. Because the goal isn't to collect opinions. The goal is to understand reality. And reality is usually more complicated than people want it to be. It requires understanding. Because today, everyone wants answers. Very few people want understanding. One day, you'll forget formulas. You'll forget chapters. But the ability to think, that stays. When choosing a career, when starting a business, when deciding who to trust, life doesn't give multiple choice questions. It gives uncertainty. And the people who succeed aren't the people who memorize the most answers. They're the people who learned how to think when there was no answer sheet. Thinking isn't the answer. Thinking is the struggle before the answer. So here's the challenge. Today, question one thing, just one belief, one rule, and ask, how do I know this is true? You might be surprised by what you find, because the moment you start questioning, you start thinking. And the moment you start thinking, you stop living somebody else's life. You start building your own. If this video changed the way you see learning, subscribe. Not just study hacks, not motivation, but the skills school forgot to teach. And comment below, what's one thing you've believed for years that you're starting to question now? I'm genuinely curious to read your answers, and who knows, maybe your comment makes someone else think too.